All right, it's 11 o'clock, and we have a meeting at 11, so let's get rolling. Start us off with a couple wins.
I'm here.
Yay!
My first win. I'm excited. I made it.
Wendy?
We entered a raffle for my blind babies, and Brody just got a bottle of bourbon.
Okay, excellent.
Right?
Let's go. Well, Val wants a happy hour next month, so we'll make sure that's on the books. All right, one more, please.
My son got engaged.
Okay.
She said yes.
All right.
And then we went to oppose it on her house.
Nice. Big happening. All right.
Now you need to sell a house and pay for wedding. He'll pay for it.
Just recently
Now you need to sell a couple of houses to help pay for that wedding.
at the office.
Okay, so we've got some recent ones here in the office. 16 earnest money checks received in one day. That's cool. 7 new clients from Breakthrough 120. So our Breakthrough 120 crew is producing leads. And our next Breakthrough 120 session will start on June 8th.
Every month at this point.
Okay, and we have some new capper swag. So here are the people who are eligible. That's exciting, and we're going to be giving away these black KW quarter zips. So I think they're out with the embroiders right now. So we'll make sure you get yours if you're a capper.
You would just see Jennifer O'Neill right there if you have capped.
All right, Summerfest. Let's get it going. This is our signature event on June 24th at Beer Brewery. We've been sending out assets for you to use with your clients. So please RSVP, and it's going to be a great time. Todd's band's obviously playing. If you have other people that you know that would want to help sponsor industry partners, we could use a few more.
And we have, I don't know if you said this, we have marketing materials for this event. So just ask any of the staff members.
All right, Broker Minute. That's me. Continuing education, we are on our push for making sure everyone is compliant, not only with their license, but also with their CE. So please, once you complete that for this year, email it to frontdesk393@kw.com.
Tori, do you want to unmute yourself?
Yes, is it time for Ruthie?
It is.
Okay. Hey, sorry I couldn't be there. I've got a sick little girl at home. So
One second.
Yeah, wait just a second. Hold on just a second.
okay.
Why don't we come back to that?
Okay.
I told them to correct her.
Okay.
Hey, can you grab her?
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm giving Ruthie to Tammy. She has been amazing holding, a space at the front desk for us, doing lots of just extra work and paperwork. And I think so many of you don't realize this, that she's been filling in the gap. So I just wanted to give it to her on behalf of the ALC. We're just so appreciative of you.
Hey, that was great practice. Great practice, Tori. We're gonna do it one more time. I didn't hear it.
Don't turn it this
Oh,
way.
okay. Yeah. So, giving it to Tammy on behalf of the ALC. So, many of you don't realize Tammy's been at the front desk, managing just a lot as we look for a new front of house. So, just giving it to you. Appreciate you on behalf of the ALC.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Way to get her from the front.
She was busy working. She's awesome. All right. Congrats, Tammy, on Ruthie. Well deserved. Homestretch, lunch sponsor. Your time to have the floor.
Yay.
You got Chick-fil-A in the kitchen immediately following.
Hi guys, my name is Alexa. This is Alex. We are your Homestretch team. Homestretch is a pre-listing home prep service, so we come in as early as your appointment and help you and your clients cosmetically refresh and neutralize your homes or their homes before it hits the market. So that is your clear outs, painting, flooring, landscaping, light handyman work, and then your final clean. We manage it start to finish so that you guys aren't playing project manager and that your clients don't have to manage all of these punch list items in the busiest time of their life. We also offer pay at close options. We partner with a company called Notable, which is pretty cool because a lot of times people don't have the additional funds to put into their property, even if they know that it's going to bring them value on the back end. And yeah, so we focus on like your kitchen, bathrooms, the high punch list ROI type items that will really add value to the property. And yeah, you could too. Yeah. Cool. Any questions? Are you guys currently working on any listings that need any like? How do you guys normally manage that?
I have a question on this pay at closing.
Uh-huh.
So does the house have to qualify in fact that it has enough equity, or does the seller have to qualify?
Seller 20% equity with Notable. So we use two different companies. With Notable, it's a 680 minimum credit score. There is a $499 origination fee, and the monthly interest rate is about 1%. So on a $3,000 project, it's about $30 a month. So obviously, we don't want houses sitting on the market. So the whole point of this is to get it a fast close. So 2 months, that is like $60. So not minimal or not free, but minimal. Yes, absolutely. And then I think they have to have about 20% equity in property. Any other questions?
They have really cool bottle openers over there.
Yeah. And all the things.
Keep going here. Let's
Yeah.
interview. Okay,
Uh-huh.
we'll do
Yeah.
it promote. Okay. Can we do a la carte? Do you have to come in and do everything, or
Nope.
do we say to you, we just want this, we just want that?
Yep. So we are as hands-on or as hands-off as you want to be. Every agent has their own processes. So if you are very hands-on, you want to be the middleman, then we will coordinate back and forth. Or if you want to say, hey, I don't want to deal with this, then we'll coordinate with your client. Obviously, as the agent, you would have a better idea. They need to paint the blue walls. Sometimes the wallpaper needs to come down. This carpet has been in there for 30 plus years. So we would coordinate and you would say, hey, I think that they need to do this, this, this. Can you help me give them a little nudge? Can you come in and quote this for me? It doesn't have to be all of the services. So painting and flooring is going to be our bread and butter. But clear outs, the handyman, light handyman work, landscaping, and then like a final deep clean.
What's your time frame?
So we
If
offer
I call you
consultations
today and I say I'm on a listing appointment. When
Well-
can you get out?
today.
Today or the following day.
Within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Do you have your own contractors on staff or are you subcontract?
So we subcontract, we have a partnership through a team that we used for every project, but they're contracted out, yeah.
How long you been having partnership with them?
Since we opened up in January.
January. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
I haven't seen the.
All right, we can keep going. There, Mark.
Good afternoon, good morning. Welcome on up. All right, so a lot of you heard me speak of our realtor partners. My biggest strength to you guys is my 4 pillars of value, which is designed to help you guys increase your sales, your productivity, make your business run more efficiently. Pillar number 4 is we grow together. That's what we call it. And that's where we're constantly coming up with new strategies to help you sell just one more home. We've got a lot of different concepts. A lot of you have been to our trainings. My dream home calculator was the last one. We've done several, right? You guys are, I don't know how you do it. I've not often, but enough times I've asked myself, what would it be like if I was you? Be like, selling homes. I don't think I would want to do that. And just like a lot of you, you're wearing like 5 hats. Solo agents wearing 5 hats: marketing, negotiating, client management, I think not clerical, but when you're doing all the paperwork, transaction management. You can't literally do all, right? And so implementing the strategies that we have been very successful for the agents who have implemented, but I know it's a struggle for some of you. So proud to say and announce that we've added Brittany Green to Team Kuchik. Brittany's role is going to be Agent Success Manager. She's going to be at your side, helping you guys implement when needed, take advantage of all of our free marketing, implement My Dream Home Calculator, our 7 elements to winning offer. Everything that we put together for you, we want to help you succeed. So I want to introduce Brittany real quick.
Hey, Brittany Green with Cross Country. I have been in the industry for 10 years. I've helped with prospecting, working with agents for their marketing strategies, and then I've been a lender. I've also worn the MLO hat for quite some time. So I would be happy to reach out with you guys. Basically, if you've been to a training, wonderfully done by Mark Kuchek over here, and then you go home and you keep doing business as usual. Well, I'm that person to reach out to say, hey, hope you enjoyed that different, whatever the training is that you did. And then I'm there to kind of be your accountability partner. So if you're like, hey, I really want to implement this, please, Brittany, hold me accountable. That's what I'm there for.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I've got next slide, our Tom Ferry event, June 16th. So I had the good fortune of literally being in a small group with Mike Ferry for a couple hours last Wednesday in Chicago. And we literally was just a forum like this where we chatted with him. Does everybody know Mike? Old school. I thought it was fascinating. He made a living and killed it for 40 years teaching realtors stuff they don't like to do. And that's because if you don't like it, you're not going to do it. And you keep coming back to him, is what he said. His son, Tom, is basically coming to town. He's a different type of coach. Mike's all about mindset and teaching skills. Tom's all about motivation and cutting edge technology and social media type tactics. So if we've been sending out the link. So if you guys have not signed up yet, please do. It's free if you registered through us in our link. Otherwise, if you go through Tom's website, there will be a charge for that.
It's the 16th, right?
June 16th. Yes. All right. And lastly, tomorrow is Monthly with Mark. So this will be our 13th edition of Monthly with Mark. It's a 20-minute webinar on Zoom. And we're going to talk about what's relevant going on today. Mortgage rates. Elon Musk is jealous. They're going up quicker than his rockets. It's causing a polarization. Oh, yeah, come on. I need some help here. Polarization in the market. Some people they're separating again. You're seeing buyer hesitancy. We're going to talk about strategies to get your buyers motivated in this market because I'm telling you, it's a perfect opportunity for you to negotiate buy down money. We've got the strategies to help. So join us for that. It's quick, 20 minutes. We don't keep you on very long, but it's very impactful. A lot of tactics. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Mark. Okay, wait, do we want to do Realtor Foundation first?
I told her it should be after.
After?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know.
Yep.
So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Portia Goodman, who is here on behalf of MIBOR and the BLC to tell us what's good there.
You should be able to. Just quickly share. Oh, wait, let me just put. It allow you now.
And yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry about that.
And the not attractive view. And I'm gonna bring up the
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
I'm gonna see if I can full screen it just a second. You can go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So my name is Portia Goodman. Thank you for having me here. I was here, I think, right around a year ago when I was on week 2 of my role at MIBOR. So I'm now a full year in, and so I'm very much happy to have the chance to come back when I can share some things. And so today we're going to take a look at what's new in the BLC, which there are lots of new things evolving in your BLC tool set. So I'm really excited to share some of these things with you. And so I just wanted to take a moment to recognize where we know this BLC tool kit falls within the marketplace. So I know you may have seen this image if you attended the all-member meeting, but I like to reiterate that we know the tools are one part of the marketplace, and that really they are there to facilitate your work, to elevate your expertise, your productivity, your coordination, your cooperation with other agents. And it's really that big piece of you, along with these tools to support you. That's really where the marketplace happens. And so we do have a 13.7 nearly and growing $billion marketplace. And again, that is a result of you engaging with these tools. It is our intention to continually work to build a unified tool set. So what that really means is that we are really working to integrate on the back end all these tools you see and you know that you may work with seamlessly each day. Some you may be wondering a little bit more about. We are continually working to integrate them together so it really feels like a unified tool set, meaning I can get from one tool to the other when it makes sense to, without having to hop around. We are also working to share the information in the very best way possible so that when you see it in these other tools, it's really in its best format. And of course, a lot of that is behind the scenes AI, whether it's additional AI layers that are added to your listings, or whether it's the additional AI that is working to understand your listings and making them available to folks who might want a fully auditory home search experience through Amazon Alexa devices, which is that one defining homes, if you remember when we introduced that, for folks who may want just that solely auditory experience. So again, all that is to say, we want to continue to build on that unified tool set so that you're not spending time looking for tools outside of the BLC. The first up is Property Shield. And so Property Shield has been in the BLC toolkit for about a little over a year, maybe 14 months. And you may remember that this is that automated service that is looking on lots of different platforms to find potentially fraudulent duplicates of your listing advertisement. So if you have put your listing advertisement out legitimately on a social platform, while we are evolving in our technology and tools, so are our fraudulent friends, right? So when they find those copies and they take your listing advertisement, and instead of having it listed for $350,000, they may show it for $3,000 for sale, or for rent when it's actually for sale, or a very different description of the property. And that really begins to take away from the integrity of your listing and potentially leads for your listing. So if that's new information to you, certainly see me afterwards in terms of how Property Shield functions. It's already working for you if you're a BLC subscriber. The only part that you play in this automated service is that you will need to designate whether something's fraud or not. So I just put these statistics in here to reiterate that certainly the fraud is growing and not shrinking. And so if you just think about statistically, 1 in every 4 listings has a potentially fraudulent copy of an advertisement sitting out there. And so that's the one that always sticks out to me. And of course, rental fraud is more susceptible. So as I just mentioned, our fraudulent friends take your very valuable listings that you have worked really hard to find the right price, the perfect imagery, the great descriptions, and they replicate it in a not genuine way. And often it's very, very nowhere near what your listing is. And so that begins to be a problem, has potential damage associated with it. So first thing, didn't know that was showing. Can I, hold on, he would close here. Oh, there we go. I apologize for that. There we go. So one new thing is that while they monitor a variety of platforms, they just started monitoring TikTok about 3 weeks ago. So TikTok is moving up in the potential fraudulent advertisements that live on that platform. And so now you can know that that is one of the platforms that's automatically monitored, that and many others. So again, when they find those matches, the matches made on your listing address and the imagery in your listing. So if either one of those things match, that's what's going to cause you to get a notification. You got it by email for the past year. And we heard you that you get a lot of email, from MIBOR. So what we did was to add in a fraudulent alert widget to the BLC dashboard. It's not there automatically yet. So you will need to add it to your BLC dashboard. I will quickly show you how here in the next few minutes, but I'm also going to pass along to Kristen after the session a set of visual steps that will guide you through adding this widget. If that's something you want to do later, if you want to do it individually after this meeting, I'm happy to stay with you to make sure it's added to your dashboard. So what that means is you're still going to get the email, but you don't have to spend time attending to your email necessarily, because again, we want the dashboard to grow as a place where everything as much as possible is in the BLC. And so now you're going to see the fraudulent alert widget. You will only see alerts relevant to your listings. If you are an administrator, you do have the ability to see those alerts for your team. If that's not the case, stay and see me afterward. We do set that up for you. And so all you need to do is click on this blue take action. That's the important part. That's the one manual step, because we don't want to automatically take down everything else. We're taking down your advertisements and you're getting the word out about your listing. We don't want to do that. We just want to take down the fraudulent stuff. So you're going to click on take action, and then you'll simply you'll look it over and you'll designate whether it's fraud or not. One easy thing is that if the platform says Facebook, you never posted it on Facebook, you're going to know right away. If you never posted on a TikTok, you see TikTok here as the platform it's posted on, you're going to know right away that that is a potentially fraudulent listing. So I'll show you really briefly how you can add that. Just as a quick note, you will still get the emails. Sometimes it's concerning that the subject line is fraudulent alert, and then the address, which we heard because we're not all getting more and more trained to look for phishing emails, but that is the legitimate subject line. And then it does come from MIBOR@propertyshield.co. Sometimes I get questions about that. It's not .com, and that's purposeful to make it look different for that. So question.
Is that just going to the lead agent? It's also going to the co-listing? And can we get these emails to go to everybody?
I don't know about everybody, but if you work on a team, we can set up
That's what
the access. But that does have to be done by us. So if that's something that you're not seeing, if you don't have someone on your team that should be seeing everybody for that team's alerts, then let me know afterwards if you would. You can always call the help desk, but you can chat with me afterward and we can make sure that happens. Originally, that was something you could do when Property Shield was released, at least your managing broker could. Now that's something we do on the back end. So if that's anybody who needs a different setup, let me know. We'll work with you to see how best we can accommodate that. Okay, I'm going to use two different home pages. I hope I don't cause confusion. I'm testing out our new homepage, which eventually you will have, but it's the only way I can show you a filled in fraudulent alert widget. So this is the fraudulent alert widget, right? And if I click on it, again, I'm only going to see mine or those I'm responsible for. I just wanted to open one to show you what it looks like. Many of you likely know. I hope you never see it, but it's likely you will. And so is this a fraudulent advertisement? I can look it over. If I were actually logged into Facebook, I would, of course, see more. But then your step is yes, it's fraud, or no, it's not. And then if you designate as fraud, Property Shield is going to take it down. It will take down every identical copy. And the last question I get is, well, I flagged it as fraud. And now I have 5 more notifications from you about the same property, or maybe it's 2. If it's non-identical, that's a new instance of fraud. Even if it's difference of 2 or 3 images, or different price or different description, that's a new instance of fraud. So if it's duplicate copy, now and in the future, they'll take it down if you designated it as fraud, but every new instance is its own thing. So quick reminder here, just if you can pardon my little step here that you never see and have to do with my little setup I do. So I'm just going to quickly reroute myself to a version of the dashboard you're used to seeing, aside from that support mode background. And then, there it is. So, right, this one is not filled in, which is why I wanted to show you the other. How do you add it? Again, I'll send you directions, but the quick how-to is you're going to click on the profile icon in the upper right-hand corner, go down to settings, scroll down to my defaults, modify homepage layout. This is the kind of the skeleton look of your dashboard. If you do not have it added, it lives down here. Let me remove it. So If I didn't have it added, it would live down here, right? I click the plus sign. I can drag and drop wherever I want it, save changes. And then even if it didn't land where I want, I still have the opportunity. It's too far down. So I want that right up front. See how close we could get it. Oh. There we go. So now it's part of my dashboard. So profile menu. I'll send you directions that have visuals in it after the session, but I'm happy to stick around if you really want to make sure while it's top of mind that it's added to your dashboard today. So that is Property Shield's update. We similarly have an update that is coming to Forewarn. So Forewarn has again been a service available in the BLC for about a year. And that is that service that you do need to sign up for it or activate your account. If you've not, certainly let me know and I'll make sure you get activated. It is a phone app, right, that you can use to verify the identity of your prospects before you engage with them. So by typing in their phone number, you're able to see information about them, verify their identity, whether they have a criminal background, whether they have a sex offender background, whether they are truly the rightful and truthful owner of the property they may be calling you to list, so that you'll know that up front. And then you also say information like bankruptcies, liens, and judgments. So I like to say it's a way to verify the identity of that prospect so that you can make a plan to keep yourself safe, so that whether it's bringing somebody else along with you to meet this person or meeting them in a public place, but it can also be a way to safeguard your business timeline. If it's somebody, scammer who doesn't own the property, you don't want to lose that time. So you will know that up front. And then of course you can continue down the rest of our tools going into public records or property insights. If in fact they say, I want to sell 123 Main Street, and Forewarn, they don't appear to be the rightful and truthful owner of 123 Main Street. So it can also help you plan and potentially stave off delays that might occur down the road. There's things like bankruptcies, liens, judgments. You'll just have that information right up front so you can navigate around it. So again, it can really be helpful in keeping you and your business timeline safe. This is just a quick peek at the phone app. There is an update that just came in 2 weeks ago, which is household risk. And so that's going to appear. This is this is really a truer view of what the app looks like. So that search button, there was always search by name underneath, but now there's search by household risk. So by searching by household risk, you will see every adult in the household and whether those adults, any of them may have a criminal history or sex offender background. So you may be getting the call from the most trustworthy member of the household, but this will let you know if you were to go to the household to have a presentation or a consultation or a showing, you will know who else potentially could be in that household along with you. So this was a significant request. Again, it was rolled in 2 weeks ago. You do have to click on household risk below that search button. And again, you will have that information available to you. So that is the sort of the latest and greatest of Forewarn. Again, if you're not using Forewarn, I would just reiterate the number of times I hear in a training that I met somebody and I kind of felt something was off. So I put their number in Forewarn, and I wish I'd done it before I met them because I was kind of right with something feeling a little bit off. If you've ever heard Tracy Niersty speak, the number of times she has stories that can often be prevented by using Property Shield and Forewarn. Those can be really, really valuable tools. So I would just encourage you to make a part of your business process. Forewarn everybody. Last thing on Forewarn, it's just a glimpse of the record you get back. I do often get a question, is sex offender status a different portion of the record? No, you would just see it in the criminal history, but you will see what the crime was, felony, or whether it was a misdemeanor, what the description was of that crime. When we launched Forewarn, we wanted to be very careful to explain that it's not a curiosity tool, but as we're using Forewarn more, I've learned that I think maybe we were focusing on the caution of it, and there's some gray areas that have kind of evolved. So I just wanted to hit on those, meaning, can I really use it for this? So those would be out-of-state calls. We're all getting more and more of them. You can put your out-of-state calls, all of them, in Forewarn. Forewarn is for anybody you are doing business with or may do business with. So while you may know your out-of-state calls are labeled spam or whatever, it could also be the case there's that needle in the haystack of somebody who may be moving to the area or an out-of-state owner. And so you can put those all in Forewarn, and that way you're not missing out. It takes seconds, and anybody who's a robocall or spammer, they're not going to present a record back. It's just going to say no record. So you can also put missed calls in. You can put them all through if you want. So it takes seconds. Of course, many of those, while they may be robo or sales calls, there could be that opportunity that you wouldn't want to miss out on. You can put all your missed calls through. That's 100% admissible. Open house sign in. You can, if you're signing folks in, you can put all those folks through Forewarn as well. And that could be something that you could speak to your potential sellers about, that you have these tools, both Property Shield and Forewarn, that can really act as insurance policies for their home, for their listing, and for the property that you are going to be securing. And then third-party leads, you can get more information. If you get a third-party lead, it doesn't have a lot of information, you could put that in Forewarn as well to uncover more about that third-party lead. Just a few quick other things. Super One is not new. Super One is broker bay. Master lock boxes are not new, but I just wanted to reiterate that with all things security, these lock boxes, because they will only allow or can be set up to allow only the agent should be accessing the property to actually access it during that time and provide a full trail of the actions taken with the lockbox, who opened it, who locked it. This can be, if you're not using our master lock boxes, and a time to think about all things security, including those master lock boxes. If you have master lock boxes that you feel have not acted so well, please let me know. Ben Oaks, who's head of our help desk, and I, we're happy to take a look at them. Sometimes we have replaced shackles to them. And so if you have them and you're not using them, if there's a reason why, please do let me know. And so that we can work with you to, again, fully secure those properties in the best way possible. And that really means having that full history, not just of was it unlocked, but Portia Goodman unlocked that lockbox at a particular time. That is the ideal security. And that is when Bluetooth is used to open that lockbox, which is the default. Of course, if Bluetooth isn't available, just move forward, then you would have an access code available on the screen, but that really should be the backup. The Bluetooth, those big green and red buttons, that if that's presented, that's how we really want everybody to unlock and lock those lock boxes, because then we have that assurance everybody's contributing to the safety of that property in the best way possible, and you're safeguarding yourself to assure that you are the person who opened that lockbox at the right and given time. So if you have questions on any of that, I'm happy to, again, answer those or hear about those after the session. Two other quick updates. Kubi Casa was launched 3 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more. Kubi Casa is the ability to use the Kubi Casa app, just free, to create a floor plan of a property. You'll just use your phone, walk through parallel to the walls of the property. Your goal is to go through in one sweep as best as possible, and it will generate a floor plan for you that looks a bit like this. And so it will give you little tips along the way. It will tell you if you're too close to the walls. It will tell you if it's a small space and you go in it and it doesn't need it because that space is too small. It'll say you're too close. So some small pantries, Small bathrooms, you may not even need to enter because it will automatically detect those boundaries. So it is really to set up to guide you to create that floor plan in minutes. Yes.
Now, Angela's asking, how do I get Kubi Casa that I already have an account for free with the BLC?
Thank you for reading my mind. We're going to touch on that in a minute, and I would like to hear from anybody who experiences difficulty in adding MIBOR. Essentially, you need to add MIBOR as your MLS in the profile, and I have a view of that in a moment. And if anybody experiences any difficulty with that, we do want to make sure that you are in. Kubi Casa is working with us to make sure that you are in as well so that you get your discounts. So the ability to create a 2D floor plan, which is what you're seeing on the left, 2D floor plan, property of up to 5,000 square feet. It will have dimensions on the room as you see here. Okay. And then if you don't need anything speedier than a 24-hour turnaround time, you can have that generated totally for free. If you would like to use some of the add-ons, things like colors, things like having square footage labeled on the room, things like adding furniture in a new property, things like removing clutter from a very cluttered property, all the way up to a 3D floor plan or a tour, 3D tour. Those can all be purchased at a discount, as you can see. So you do get a discount with your MIBOR membership, which is why it's important that it's in your profile. So there is a plus package and it itemizes it all for you. And then there's a 3D plus. There are also other add-ons, like I mentioned, like adding furniture, removing furniture, even GLA floor plans for appraisers. It's 97% plus accurate. We just did a session for appraisers last week. And I had two contact me that said they went home and they generated scans, compared them, or whether it was their home or others, and they came back with a less than 2% variance. So that's even 98% plus. So again, it's your phone app. You download the phone app for free. You're going to sign up. Oh, there we go. There's what you get free. You can, if you've not signed up yet, you can scan this QR code. This is going to embed MIBOR as your MLS. That's the very, very, very important part so that you get your discounts and your free plan. If you're already a member, you're going to go to your profile menu inside Kubi Casa app, and you're going to add in the MLS. Add in MIBOR as your MLS.
She was able to do it really fast.
Perfect.
Yeah, right here.
If that's not the case,
Two options. One is the MIBOR broker listing and cooperative, the other is the MIBOR regional
I
association.
think they both work.
Doesn't matter.
I have the same question then.
put in MIBOR listing cooperative, but I'm so glad you said that.
They both asked for the same thing.
Yes.
Are confused.
Yes. Yeah. And for anybody who's just.
What'd you say, Julie?
I said it's probably because people are confused and don't necessarily know which one, and then we have BLC only subscribers that would not be.
MIBOR members.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And I, to be honest, I don't know if I noticed that both were in there, so thank you. It makes sense why we have them. So again, I can send this QR code if that's something you want to do to sign up afterward. If you experience any difficulty, please do get in touch with me so that we can make sure you sign up. I'm not saying it's hard. It's actually been very easy and well received. But again, if you're already a Kubi Casa subscriber, we just want to make sure that you have MIBOR BLC in as your MLS so you can get those discounts. Okay. Now, I don't know how I'm doing on time because I have one more update to speak to. Oh, I do have a quick video if you would like to see how to make a scan. If you already saw it in our launch training, I can just send it afterward. You have a idea? See how to scan a property in case you haven't scanned a property. You want to give it a quick view?
Is there just making sure the volumes?
I did. I think I included the video
sound?
volume.
Okay.
Assuming it opens.
They don't want you seeing this, but they can't hide it from you much longer. So
start scanning on the lowest floor and work your way upwards. When scanning the stairs, keep your camera straight and walk forward slowly. Hold the device at chest height. Slightly tilt the camera, walk straight, and turn slowly. In small rooms, back out to avoid turning around. Hold the camera steady with both hands and walk at a normal walking pace. Hold the device at chest height. Slightly tilt the camera, walk straight, and turn slowly.
The questions I often get, this is just for demonstration purposes. It kind of looks like she was always standing in the middle of the room, but she was, again, that's just to show you how she's completing the scan. You're going to walk as close as you can along the parallel to the walls, as close as you can. If you cannot get close, you're just going to get as close as you can. It's really quite forgiving. I will send 3 videos along with my follow-up. One is how to do an interior scan, how to do an exterior scan, which is very similar to interior, and then best practices. Again, it is quite forgiving. If you forget to open a door beforehand or turn on a light, you can simply turn your back, open the door, and then go in the room and scan. And you can always review it. You choose when you're going to submit it. So if you watch the review once you're done and you decide, I'm going to rescan, you can absolutely do that. It's not that it's going to just be off and away to Cubicasa generate it. You have full control. You don't have to send every scan, and you will have that review process so that you can decide when you're ready to submit it for. And again, it will be about that 24-hour turnaround time. Often takes a lot less though.
Somebody's asking where do we find it on the MIBOR app?
That's a great question. It is right. So it's a phone app, right? But it's also here, which thank you for whoever was had that great question. You can open, you can't scan, of course, from MIBOR Central, but you can open up the app. And reasons you might want to do that, or you can open it up from MIBOR Central. Reasons you may want to do that are, after you scan, you will see your scans right here on the dashboard, okay? And inside of this view is our quick editor. So it's right here. So you can edit these scans once they're generated. Sometimes you might get a scan back and it says room instead of whatever the room is, right? So you can click on room. Maybe it's not family room. Maybe it's a, den or whatever you want to call it. If you want to make an adjustment in the room dimensions, you can. You can add additional text. You can change the size of the text. So there are quite a few things you can change after the scan. So there is an editor that's available, and that's why you would want to go to MIBOR Central and access Cubicasa, or just one of the reasons is that that's where you're really going to find the editor. The editor also, when you get your email, you'll get an email that will say, hey, your scan is done. And there will be a link to that editor as well embedded in that email. But you can always see your scans, all your scans, and edit them from the Cubicasa tile in MIBOR Central.
Something to help. You could like do that.
I don't know.
No, we did it yesterday and there was a lot of junk. Wasn't able to get the walls, I think. and it said repositioning, or go back to where you were in the reposition. And then it all of a sudden said, this house is, more than 5,000 square feet. You have an extra charge, but you just go ahead and push send because it will figure out that it's not over 5,000 square feet. Is that what you were gonna say?
No, actually.
Oh, good. Okay.
That was a good one.
Okay.
I was gonna say, sometimes it shows the position of the appliances and cabinets in the kitchen, and sometimes it just gives you a blank square.
Yeah.
Am I doing something wrong? Do I? It doesn't seem to be, I used to pay for the upgraded one, so I have no idea because I probably missed an email somewhere. There was a discount.
I don't technically know why it's doing it in some cases, not others. I'll find out. I gave that answer. Again, you can edit it afterwards and you can also add furniture afterwards if you would choose to, or placeholders for that furniture and edit it. But, I've not counted that question yet, so I'm gonna get that answer for you as to why, if there's anything that can be done purposefully or proactively.
I love these in the listings because it does help you see the bird's eye view. Sometimes look at the pictures, there's reason don't start at the front door. Trying to figure out the layout, it just helps make sense of the pictures.
And that's why this technology was brought in. So these scans are yours, but we heard a lot of feedback that it really helps buyers to see that bird's eye view, to see that floor plan in the listings. And so you now have something you can use for free to give them that. You can add these images of these floor plans, just like any other image. You don't need extra disclosures. Don't need extra disclosures, and it is 100% okay that has room labels on it. And that link to that policy that used to say absolutely no words, that was really intended for advertisement, no advertisements, and that policy is being rewritten. So I assure you that you can put in a floor plan with room labels in it. Yes.
You use the original scan to create a 3D of all set if we're a month in and the listing is still on there.
Yes.
Use the original scan, we don't have to go back out and scan it.
No, and that's a great point. You can scan first, get the scan, and then decide, what upgrades you may want to make later. That's how I did mine personally, because I took one scan and then I submitted for all the different variances. And I decided here's my 2D, and then I resubmitted it for a 3D, I think. So yes, you don't have to decide all at once. And I can send you, if you'd like, some examples of some floor plans generated in the different styles.
I'm getting all the questions
Yeah.
here. Can we add the scans into the listing directly versus downloading and then adding?
Oh,
I don't think so.
I think they have to be downloaded. I'll take that as another, right now they have to be downloaded.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
Always that an interesting thing though to think about, so.
And if they have questions, I can also communicate with you.
Yes,
after we-
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if we don't get them all answered, you can give them to me and I'll get them answered.
Okay.
For sure, if there's any that we're
Okay.
not able to
We're
answer
okay.
right here. You can always call the help desk. That is a very interesting thing to think about.
And they have an email, it's helpdesk@mybor.com. They respond usually within hours because I use it a lot.
Yes.
Or 956-1912, right?
Yes, the
You
1912.
can tell it's not my first rodeo with the support team.
But they're live, they're there. And anything that they would need to pass along to resolve to Kubi Casa, just know Kubi Casa has a live support team as well. So they are in alignment with us in terms of the value of getting an answer quickly and from an actual somebody who's very invested in the product. So that, again, that's why it was added. Use them in your listings, but these are yours. And so last thing I think I have for us. This is Property Insights by Real Reports. It's kind of an ever-growing tool. Property Insights, if you're not familiar with it, it's been, I don't know, less than a year. It is available for every property in the United States, regardless of whether it's actually being marketed or sold or not. So it's kind of like public records. It has properties, whether they're being sold or not. And so it's a great research tool. It has an embedded AI. So it's a great tool to ask questions about within that can really help make you productive. It has a prospector tool in it. It just continues to grow. But today I just wanted to mention If you've not been using it at all, one thing to think about is that they added something called Pulse, which is really designed to be a way that you can stay top of mind with your previous clients. So you get 5 clients you can add for free, and it's a very genuine way to stay in touch with them. And what it will do is when you add that client to Pulse, it will send them you get to choose every month, every quarter, there may even be something beyond that, that it will automatically send them the real report for their property. So that will include those 70+ sources of data that are going to every real report for their home. So they can see it change. And so it's a great way to stay top of mind with those previous clients. While you get 5 for free and you can rotate those 5, you can purchase if you would like. You don't have to, of course. You could purchase additional batches of previous clients that you may want to add. And this is going to do it totally automatically. Once you put in their property address and their email, it's hands off for you. It's just going to simply send them that property report every month, quarterly, or whatever it is that you choose. It's something that is very intriguing tool, right? They get to see information they may not have ever seen before. And so if you don't have a tool that does that keeps in touch with some of your previous clients to keep you top of mind, jump in and try it for that. And then, of course, it has many other use cases, but Pulse has been really, really well received as a tool to keep in touch. It works fully automatically. Is that the last thing? I'll just say one thing about Getcha and then I'll hop into show you that Pulse. There was a public announcement about Getcha, which is the buyer listing service that is coming. I don't know when exactly, but I can tell you that the pilot phase is beginning for Getcha. So this is going to allow you as the buyer's agent to put in what it is that your buyer wants. So it's going to be a standardized way for you to put that information in without having to rely solely on social media and various places to post that information. So it is going to be an entire listing service totally focused on buyer wants. And it's organized, it's transparent so that you don't have to come up with all these different ways of putting out what your buyer wants. And so that is coming. It's expected to come this summer. So again, we're piloting it soon here. So I know I've used a lot of your time. I do really, really, really appreciate it. I just wanted to mention that Property Insights does live here. It's embedded in the additional information panel on every listing. And so the Pulse opportunity lives on this left side of the dashboard. And it's going to show you whether they're opening these reports you're sending them are not over time, which is this activity, how many emails were opened, how many times they actually opened the report, and then how many times they use the AI themselves to ask questions about the property. They get the AI tool as well. So you could see the engagement. So here are my clients, and then that I've added, right? You're going to just add in their address. You'll add in their name. You will determine how often you want to send them this report, and that's it. Once you put in those details, they live in here. Again, it will just automatically send them that report. You can swap them out if you prefer, but you can also add additional folks if you would like to. So that is called Pulse, and that is in Property Insights, which is that little house icon. Yes.
One more question. Any updates on showing analytics in Supra or the broker beta?
I don't have any updates today. If you have feedback for me, I would love to hear it.
What's your best way to reach you?
Yes. So you can, Portia Goodman at MIBOR.com. You want me to type it in the Zoom here really quick?
Sure.
Yeah. If you
I
have
can-
feedback, of course, we want to, is that not right?
It's PORTIA, correct?
Yes, you know what, I think it's my other Zoom tool.
It's
but
okay, yeah. I
I'll
can
put it in after.
I can put it in here.
If you have feedback or you want to give us feedback, we do value that feedback. That's how we end up shaping the tools. We can't say yes to everything, and we may have a reason we're not saying yes to everything. But we do very much value that feedback. I will tell you that it's definitely something that Super One and is something that we are taking a careful look at. And so evaluating carefully. So in lots of ways, features we can add or maybe how we may want to change that tool. So if you have feedback, feedback, I am all ears, so is the BLC team. We do meet with and review feedback and decide what we can take action on and how it aligns with the other plans that are set forward for.
It's right up here, her email's right here.
Perfect.
And then,
yes.
can you, I think that's it from me. Any other questions from you guys?
All right,
Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Now,
Excited.
Al's gonna introduce, Julie's gonna wrap us up here.
Julie is the director of the Realtor Foundation, and you guys are probably sick of hearing about it, but she's gonna talk to you about it again, and I hope you'll listen. She's not gonna take too much of your time, and I'm gonna hand these out for you, so you have a reference.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for giving me just a few minutes to talk about the foundation. I think everybody knows all about the work of the foundation, but just briefly, I've only been here for about a year. I have some slides, but I don't really have
get
to
in
have
there.
them. Okay, no rush. And it's fine if we don't get them too. So I've only been here for about a little bit over a year, but I left the world of direct services. So I'd spent the last 25 years providing direct services to families and individuals all across central Indiana that were experiencing homelessness. And one of the recipients of the grants that MIBOR Foundation gives out was to the organization I worked with. So I was already very familiar of the power of this foundation and the work that we can do together. And when I came, I realized very quickly that we talk about all these different ways to solve homelessness, and we think sometimes it's just this problem that is too big to solve. And we think that, you know, like it's just something we're going to have to deal with as a society, and there's not much we can do. And I realized through all my years of work that there truly is a solution to homelessness. And that solution is the real estate community. The last year that I was in direct services, we ended homelessness for 295 families, and we were able to do that all because of the real estate community, right? Either they were developers building properties, or they were mom and pop landlords that agreed to rent to families who needed a second chance. And so when I came to the foundation, I wanted to find a way to harness the power of all of you to end homelessness in central Indiana. And that's what we're busy doing at the foundation. And we're so grateful that you all are part of it. I believe probably this is the #1 office in central Indiana supporting the Realtor Foundation.
It is.
Okay, there you go. It absolutely is. And we are so grateful for that. We want to make sure we find ways to make that continue with all of you. Just said so Portia gracefully said all the wonderful things she said about being there to support all of you. We want to make sure the foundation is supporting all of you too, and that you're able to get the most out of the foundation that you can, and then be able to give that back out to the communities that really need it. And we could, and here's a list of all of our grantees that we gave last year. We had $220,000 that we gave to 24 nonprofits. And so we have some really exciting things for our next year grants too. So, and you can go, and look at this beautiful picture. Can everybody see the beautiful picture? Yeah. So that's all of you, because you were the #1 transactional giving office all throughout MIBOR. So, and that's, thank you all. And I see a lot of faces that are a reason for that. And we are really grateful. If you are not a reason for that, I'm here today to ask you to become a reason for that. So Tucker is like, I don't know.
They're on our.
Kyle Morris is on y'all. Like, I can just tell you, Cam doesn't like it, but anyway, so we really want you to continue to lead our community in this work. And so if you are not giving transactionally, I really want you to consider doing it. It's so simple. Val can tell you exactly how to do it.
All you have to do is talk to, you can set it up on your own, but Jennifer and Kim can also just do it for you, make it very simple for you. And that you'll never feel it, I promise.
And when you do, you submit for commission, it should ask you.
It does, but if you don't want to do that each time, they can set it up on the back end, so it just automatically, that's what I did.
Yep.
And then you don't have to think about it. It just happens every time. Yeah. And do whatever you like, 5, 50,
$100, whatever, or whatever percentage you want to do, whatever works for you all is grateful for us. Because think about it, we have about 10,000 MIBOR members, about 8,000 of them are real estate, are in real estate specifically. You know, that would make a huge impact if all of us just gave a little. So please, please do that if you can. And the next slide, I just want to kind of give a little bit of excitement for you. So right now in April, this is our transactional giving leadership board. And you can see you have one realtor on there, Cam, who I think is on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And usually you have a couple others up there too. So, and then the next slide, you can see where you guys are currently for the month of April. This is just for April. So, there's.
We're usually on top, so.
I know.
I gotta do something about the Northeast. I don't know. But last year you guys did beat Northeast office. And so let's hope you guys can do it again this year. So thank you all. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Yeah.
One quick thing before
yeah,
you finishes, I know there's some people in the room that are retired or retired-ish. Or maybe you don't do a lot of transactional business, but you still want to contribute to the Realtor Foundation in your own way. You can give monthly too. That's what I have been doing for a long time because I haven't had transactions to give. And so it's another way to give in small increments that really adds up at the end of the year.
Awesome.
And it's all so very, very much appreciated. Thank you guys so very much.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome so much.
I'm gonna put Portia's email up here if you want to grab it right here.
Good.